think I'd rather do
Just
something
restart it.
Above that, and I think that
They
is the
reset.
direction to go.
I didn't touch anything.
Medicaid expansion will likely be, the governor is starting to float out some statements about expanding Medicaid in Tennessee. He claims to have a plan. I have yet to see or talk to anyone who has seen what it is, but it'll continue to be a pretty hot topic, I would suspect. And I've not seen anything that would expand Medicaid in Tennessee that I could support.
One other question. I have been united again on my VA benefit handicap. So I got covered in service. And I said, and I finally got a guy who's going to take my case from California. And I'm tired of the national giving me the runaround. Now this is not the capital or like, but it's the federal government over there in national.
Well, the state VA is just as frustrated as you and I.
And I am very frustrated. Well, they should be taking care of it. I'm still taking care of it. I think it's good. I got to I heard mine, and I haven't done it yet.
That's a powerful statement. Is there any other particular topic or anything that's a buzz that you think might be thinking of saying?
Billy, what do you think about this Ebola thing that's happened? Do you think that we should have any confidence at all in those that are going to take care of us?
I'm washing my hands pretty quickly. And I think we're going to be a whole lot better off taking care of ourselves instead of waiting on the federal government to take care of us in any kind of way. They hadn't been able to take care of us on any other thing that they've embarked on, and I don't know why protecting us against something like that. Because, let's face it, it's not Ebola, it's something else. My confidence has waned over the last decade in their ability to get anything productive done. And it's a strange dynamic now, especially because as a Republican, it wasn't all that long ago when the Democrats had the House, the Senate, and the White House, and were just passing anything they wanted to. Well, we were begging for gridlock. Now we're complaining about gridlock. Well, what exactly would? Well, I'm kind of okay with gridlock. They can't get anything done. They can't screw up anything else after they learn to do it.
I think the recess has been way longer myself.
I'll tell you, I threatened to carry a bill that made Tennessee's government only meet every other year. It's a 2-year term. Let's just go up there every other year. I'll save all that money and all that lobbying. We're a citizen legislature. I got plenty else to do. I got a job. But yeah, less government, better government, in my opinion. Yes, sir.
Just in case these kids got this new virus, it's going to be heard about this.
Interroll virus.
Yes, I think it's good. You have to have the kids vaccinated all week. These people come in from different countries, they're not vaccinated. I just want to hear if that's where it's coming in. But I didn't hear it. That's the first time I heard that.
That was my suspicion.
They get what, start getting within 2 months or something like that. You got 40 those feet out.
I went to China this past May before on business, and everywhere I went to go through customs everywhere you go. It felt like, and, of course, everybody over there this guy and this guy. You kind of your line's over there, and they come up and take your temperature when you go through customs over there, and they monitor it over there. But boy, what an oppressive government. And which I don't want to get too far off on a tangent, but I flew back and I sat two little Chinese girls. One was 14, 15, and one of the little girls, they were working on an English assignment, and they got to arguing about what the answer was, and one next to me finally got up enough nerve to ask me what the correct answer was on their English homework, and I answered it, and started up a conversation. But she got really inquisitive about what I did, and sitting next to a government official, and I was explaining to him that, some of the feedback I get, because there's on my desk, I don't think I have it up there anymore, but I had in a frame a letter that was sent to me by a constituent about what a dirtbag is and what a lowlife, and used some very colorful language that I won't use in this company and try not to use it all unless I stub my toe. But I kept it framed there because honestly it was more right than it was wrong. I needed to be reminded of that. But they couldn't believe, when I told them about that, they couldn't believe that somebody would actually speak to a government official that way. And they started jabbering back and forth, and then she said, "Can I ask you a personal question?" And I said, "Well, absolutely, ask me." She said, "Do you have a gun?" And I said, "Yes, I have many guns." So she said, "Why do you have so many guns?" And I said, "Well, I got one that I carry for personal protection. I got one that I go hunting with." And I went through the whole gambit, and she was like, "Oh, okay." She said, "Well, why do all Americans have guns?" I said, "To protect ourselves from our government." This is a gospel true story that I'm fixing to tell you. This wonderful illumination came over this young lady's head. She said, "That's why Americans have all the freedom." I said, "You got it, honey." She got it that quick. She got what we forgot. And that beautiful illumination, she said, and I went on to tell her, I said, "Look, we have a two-party system that we complain about every day. But there's one worse. You're a one-party system. So we can complain, we can throw rocks, we can say we hate Democrats, we can say we hate Republicans, we can say all these things. But somehow it's gotten lost in the conversation that we feel like we can't disagree with one another without being adversarial about it. And on the Common Core issue, I was telling y'all out front, I've been an opponent of Common Core since I came to know about it. Many other members of the legislature are now opponents of Common Core, but they've been adversarial about it. They've gone to the newspaper and then spoke poorly of the governor, spoke poorly of the Commissioner of Education, and they've really not been respectful about having a different opinion about Common Core. Well, the governor sent word to me through his chief of staff that they had identified me as somebody they could work with to negotiate on Common Core, and they invited me in during the legislative session to sit down with the governor and talk about what a good compromise might be. And the governor's first question he asked me sitting in that meeting was this: "Billy, if you were king for a day, what would you do?" I said, "If I were king for a day, first thing I'd want to do is I'd want to respect the hard work of everybody that had worked hard trying to implement Common Core that had nothing to do with implementing, or nothing to do with adopting. If they were just given a job to do, they've been out here working hard to get something done that they didn't ask to do. We've got to respect that. Number two, we've got to respect the folks that made the decision to adopt it, because, let's face it, they weren't trying to take us on the wrong path. They were trying to do the wrong thing. Unfortunately, we all make decisions and try new things that don't work. The light bulb was made a million times poorly before it was ever made right. Thirdly, with all that in mind, what I would do, and this is exactly what I told you, instead of just putting both feet on the brake pedal and standing on the brakes and stopping this thing on a dime, I think we ought to be respectful and tap the brakes. Slow it down, take a deep breath, look at what all we did, see what worked, see what didn't work, evaluate, the diploma project, let's evaluate what impact it had, tenure, reform, collective bargaining's been done away with, teacher accountability is higher than it's ever been in the state of Tennessee, and let's look at everything in totality and see what worked and what didn't, and do it in a respectful way. And I think that's what we've gotten away from. We go to the killing our ability to keep moving the ball down the field, as I said earlier. And so I vowed to change, and I vowed to the governor that I intend to change my conversation. I intend to try to be more respectful as the Bible directs us to do. And anytime you tell somebody you're offering up a solution, then you're subliminally telling them that you think that they have a problem. Well, I must start changing how I present what I say. I don't want to necessarily offer up a solution. I want to offer up an idea of something we can do to get better than we are today. And I think that needs to be as a party, the Republican Party needs to start doing. We need to start offering up solutions and stop just talking about what others did that was wrong. We need to start talking about what we're going to do.
That's right.
And with Common Core, I think that we need a standard that's higher than anybody else in the country. And if we'll do that, Common Core will do that. And that's doing it in a respectful way. So hopefully I'll be able to carry out my own desires to be more respectful of everybody that's involved.
Hey, I've got a gun carry permit. What happened with I'd heard the legislation of not having to have anybody in Tennessee, resident of Tennessee, could carry. Right.
They came about, it was brought by Representative Michael Van Huss from East Tennessee. That bill died.
Because I personally like that idea. I think if you're legal to buy a gun, I believe a Tennessean should be able to carry it.
I tell you, I'm a firm believer in the Second Amendment of the Constitution of the United States, and it guarantees your right to bear arms.
That's the way I think submitting to a government, state or local or federally, the one to ask permission to carry my gun, just seems contrary.
There again, but I say what my position is that, but I also understand the opposing argument. And just because that's what I believe, what I think, doesn't always mean I'm right. I'm still listening for somebody to come up with a good argument against it, other than the default, well, it's going to be the Wild West. Gosh, I'll tell you how ignorant I was. I didn't know you couldn't carry a gun in the open. I've never not carried mine anywhere I wanted to go.
Well, I was told this was that okay, I got to say what was said. So on that, that you could carry a gun even because where you used to have you have the gun in the you could have it ready in the safe, you shells in the trunk or somewhere, but you could carry a loaded gun, handgun in your car, but you can't take it out of your car unless you're attacked.
Where government gets in and I'll start to wrap it up here, but where government gets in trouble is whenever it starts to define things differently for different situations and it becomes inconsistent. And yes on one's a perfect example of that. When government identifies, for example, a drunk driver hits a car with a pregnant woman inside and kills the unborn fetus, that driver can be charged with murder, as I understand. So it identified that unborn child as a life. But had that mother not been hit and she was on her way to the abortion clinic to have it tossed in a trash can because she didn't want to fool with it, then it's not murder. So that inconsistency there, looking, you don't have to take some ethical high road or some biblical stance to explain that position and know there's a conflict in definition there. And as long as there's conflict, then it's going to be an argument. Now, there's only one true way to get rid of that conflict, and that's to define when it's a child. And there's only one time you can call it a child that isn't a moving target, and that's at conception. At that point, it's a human life.
Well, I got mine about it. If you don't want to pay the price, don't play the game.
So inconsistency is where government gets in trouble. And nobody's got the guts to seemingly say it out loud in Washington. I do feel good about the state government. I think there's a lot of good things that have taken place very recently, and I foresee some very good things taking place in the
And do.
Look, see if they're
And
enforcing it.
do. I've been pulled over twice for it.
For that?
Yeah.
Well, not because I voted for it. I
Yeah.
But I just think we just sacrifice. What problem was that fixing? When we do something in government, it shouldn't be just to be up there passing legislation. It ought to be up there trying to fix a problem. And your light bulb being out wasn't the problem. We need to be wasting our time fooling with it.
Where he got a ticket for, that, not being on his, what happens if these people driving in the fall and it raining and at night, and they don't have the lights on their vehicle. A police officer will pull them over. Now, he's got, they don't, it's hard for them to prove it in court that they didn't have them on.
Yeah, I don't like all that.
Do you see anything? Would that be something that gun carry? Would that be something that might come back up, or was that pretty much dead?
I spent the night before last knocking on doors in my district with the man that carried that bill. It will be back,
Good.
according to him 2 days ago. The gun carrying is another, just like the guns in parking lots. There's another inconsistency.
Right.
Because we already recognize inside your vehicle as to be one of the areas that we consider the castle doctrine to rank. If you're not familiar with the castle doctrine, it means you can protect yourself in your home, in your property. Inside your vehicle, if you go to get carjacked, you can use your gun to protect yourself inside that vehicle by way of the castle doctrine. Now, if you're inside your castle when you're inside your car and you're inside your castle the whole time you're driving to work and you get to work and that gun's in your car, you can't redefine that just because you pulled in the parking lot. You're either inside your property or you're not. So I heard this argument that it's a collision of property rights versus Second Amendment rights. There's no collision there. We just tried to create some confusion by redefining it. You're inside your castle and it is yours. Once you step out of that vehicle, though, it's a different story. You're on someone else's property. Inside that vehicle, you're inside your own castle. Doesn't matter if your castle is a rocket ship flying 300 feet over the top of that property or parked in the parking lot out front. It's your castle. We've already said you have the right to defend yourself and be armed inside your castle. That shouldn't change just because you park somewhere.
That's right.
There's an inconsistency.
I lost a good job. I go to truck, I had a CDL license. Said welcome for me, that number's on my driver's license. Said welcome for me. I got fired from the company because they run a DAC report, which I do once a year, and they told me that I had an engine permit, and they figured that I had a truck run on the truck. That wasn't none of their business. No. Because I had the right to carry a gun. And they fired me because that hearsay. That's right. And they never saw the guy.
Well, I've gotten a little bit long-winded, and I apologize for that, but they're all very important topics. Anyone that we hadn't touched on or talked about? Mayor's anything you can do to help me in the county that you know of right away?
You telling me?
You know, call me anytime you need anything else. I'm not just saying that as a courtesy of something you can say. I want to help.
I'd like to say one thing, Billy. We appreciate you, and you've been very informative on what we've asked you about. Just keep up the good work.
You're very welcome. If I'm fortunate enough to get you confidence to be able to go back up there again this next session, I hope to continue the fight, and with your help, hopefully I'll be able to get that done. But other than that, if there's no other questions, then
What can we do to help you, Billy, to go back? We know we're going to vote. We know we're going to vote.
well, there are two enemies in this election, and neither one of them are Democrats. One is ignorance. We hear a lot, well, I just voted for you. Why do I have to turn around and vote again? It surprises me how few people still don't, or how many people still don't understand a primary and a general. They don't realize they just voted for me in the primary. Now, I'm people think Bill Haslam is not in a challenging race. He's going to win without him. Lamar Alexander, nobody believes he's in a challenging race. He's not. He can win without him. Scott Desjardins is in a congressional race that has a 20-point Republican index on it, on a blank ballot. Nobody believes he's challenged nothing exciting. And when I talk to Republicans, they feel that overwhelming comfort, and they apply it to my race as well. This House district does not have the index. This House district is candidate driven, not party driven. So if we don't show up, we're going to go back. So those are two ways we can help. We can make sure that people understand that they do need to go vote, and then get them to go do it.
Billy won't say this, but I will. I've heard a speech by his opponent. We better go vote for this man right here.
Well,
I'm not saying anything negative, I'm just saying we need to vote for this man.
another thing is signage, name ID is problematic down here because I am a citizen legislator. It is hard to get down here in Scranton County town that I want name ID is an issue. If you can know somebody that allows sign to be put in the yard, that's a big help for us. The more people see the name, the more comfortable they are. And, they may go Google me or go to BillySPivey.com, and we'll be posting snippets of interviews that we've had and things like that to be able to give people access to my positions on some of these matters like this. And so all of that. So if you know where we can put a sign, we'll put it out. There's a list over here. I think Tyler has out. If you've got an address where you'd like to put a sign, if you know a phone number of somebody that might let us put a sign there, we'll call them. And also we do have the ability now to do an email blast, update of where we are, what positions are coming up, and we're going to be embracing that more and more as time goes on. Because now that we know where all the bathrooms and the cafeteria are in Nashville, now we can start to concentrate on making, being a little bit better at communicating and letting you know where we are. Yeah, Dave.
Now, with that new email, do we need to re-register, or are you going to be able to take, if we've registered to hear from you, didn't you have something we could sign up for before?
I wouldn't take anything for granted.
Go ahead and
And
sign
I'll
up.
just tell you, I'm not that guy. I'm not the, but these guys are those guys.
Yeah.
And they,
So we blame that. Got it.
yeah. I know what our intentions are. No, please sign up and then forward those emails when you get them on the other people and ask them to sign up and register with us. And well, if I'm reelected, we have a weekly update that we'll be emailing out every week of the session. On Friday, we'll do a recap of what all happened in each committee, and then at the end, what happened on the House floor. We'll send that recap out every Friday, and it's really handy to get if you're interested in anything. And it's just nice to know what's going on with passes, with fails, who's trying to do what. And it's a great way to stay informed with 5-minute read a week. Well, other than that, I guess ball forward. Thank you all for giving me a chance to speak to you. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to serve. And if you ever need anything at all, I have some of my legislative business cards here, and I'll put them over there with the snacks and the water. And please take one, use the information. And I'll remind you again, this is your seat, not mine. Use it to the fullest of its potential for you, because it does belong to you. Yes, sir.
If I can piggyback on your namesake, I did want to mention that State Senator Brian Kelsey is going to be in Monteagle on Monday, October 20th, speaking on the Yes on 3, being the third amendment, thank you, proposal. And it's at Dave's Tavern up there.
being said,
Can we also mention when our next GOP meeting is,
yeah.
since we are among Republicans?
Well, we were
Mr. Vice Chairman.
going to meet on the third Tuesday, but there is a meeting going on there that Tuesday night. So stay tuned. If I don't have your email address, I got phone numbers for a couple of you. I will get us a location that is still yet to come.
Where and when?
Yeah. All we have to figure out is where and when for this month. So,
Just
but
too minor details.
yeah, if you have access to Facebook or the internet, look on our website, MarionRepublicans.com. I promise you, I shovel more dates and times on that site than anywhere else. So, and if you need me to call you because you don't have access, I do have a list of people that I call on the phone. So I do make some efforts to try and, though I don't have the answer right now, I do have infrastructure to let you know when I do have the answer.
Thank you, Billy.
You're very welcome. All right.
Let's hit the circle.
Yep.